At Selworthy School, our young people have a range of learning disabilities, some of them moderate, some severe and some profound. About a third of this school is autistic as well, and some young people have complex medical needs. The youngest child here is 4 years old and the oldest is 19. The main challenges for our young people at Selworthy School are around communication, and because there's such a large diversity of need, it's ensuring that we had a programme or a system that covered all needs in the classroom so that we could ensure that everyone was included, that everybody could make progress at their appropriate level. Studio is instantly motivational, not just for the students but also for the staff. So we've not had any issues at all about people wanting to engage with the programme, and we've seen staff actively looking to be trained and wanting to use it in the classroom, and we've seen students instinctively be able to use the programme. We chose to invest in Studio because we liked its interactivity. It felt very 21st century. We liked the quality of what we could get from it, and we really liked the way it met all the needs of our young people across the full spectrum.
We were looking at different softwares. There was a software programme in place at Selworthy, but people weren't particularly happy with it, and it was very paper-based. So we're looking to take it much further into the 21st century, into a much more interactive programme, and we trialled several software programs, and we found that we had to use 2 or 3 other programs to get the same that we were able to get with Boardmaker Studio in one program. So in a very busy school, a busy environment, when you're trying to teach teachers to use different software, we just felt it was really important to try and have as much as possible in one package, and we felt that Boardmaker Studio gave us that.
Boardmaker Studio is motivational. Everybody loves it, the staff and the students. We like the way that it's interactive, we like the way that it engages even our most reluctant of learners. We hope that it's going to raise levels across the curriculum because it's enhancing all layers of a young person's cognition. The staff have responded really positively to the investment we've made.
I just feel that now every single student in Selworthy is able to access the curriculum in a more exciting and stimulating way, and I think they're able to engage and learn a lot quicker. It gives them a lot more control about their own communication and their own participation. It gives them a lot more freedom to explore subjects in ways that was never available before. Maths can suddenly become explosively exciting, whereas paper-based resources unfortunately just lack in that enthusiasm and excitement.
I think it's a really good move and it will be very well used in this school.
I'd never heard of Boardmaker in my life previous to actually it being introduced to school. Since the introduction, I've got to grips with it, and actually it's a remarkable tool and so easy to use and very intuitive. Prior to actually using Boardmaker, I was using Communicate and Print and actually linking it with Smart Notebook to make it an interactive resource for the pupils, which was very time consuming. It's made my job a lot faster and a lot easier because I was doubling up on work previously, trying to get all of the symbols and everything ready to then put them onto a system where I could then start using them and build an interactive tool. Whereas now I can do the 2 in one job, which is great. So actually I think it would make producing resources much faster, which as a teacher I value.
We've used it quite a lot with the interactive grids, for example, with things like feelings, where we're trying to get visual images and trying to get the children to look at the symbols and perhaps relate to something that they've got in front of them. So it gives a nice visual clue, and of course we can get the interactive side of it together, and we've linked a video so you can show a happy face and then you can link it to a video of somebody laughing.
I hadn't come across Boardmaker Studio really until quite recently, and the bit that I found very interesting was the fact that it could encompass all of the school activities and all the school's daily routines into one manageable kind of package that is accessible to all of us.
Boardmaker Studio allows us to be able to offer the curriculum to every single student in Selworthy that our previous communication programmes weren't able to offer. It allows people, it allows every single group in school to be able to work together as a group. Paper-based resources do and always will have their place, but they can be quite an isolated activity. If you get a huge whiteboard up in class, you're engaging everybody instantly. There's lots of turn taking. There's so many different skills to be taken from it that we just couldn't get if we didn't have the interactive software.
And we have such a range of disability within the class as well. It's not just in different classes. Within one class you'll have such a range of ability that something that's interactive does enable everybody, whatever their ability, to take part in that activity.
For the pupils, the actual symbols themselves are such that they're much easier to understand than what programs we've been using previously, so that actually their reading has come on through this, because they're looking at the pictures and then looking at the words below, and actually they've quickly got to grasp with actually what's said underneath. So actually their word recognition has come on hugely from it.
Luckily, I work across the whole school, so I've been able to see Boardmaker being used with some of our very young developing pupils, where the visual and musical aspects of it are fantastic, whereas the more directive and their own manipulating of the programme goes all the way up to our +19, which again, the accessibility and the fact that all age ranges can access that is wonderful.
We have these cards each and every day, and they go on the table, and it goes around the table daily, and the kids choose from OK, great and yucky. It goes round, and the overall majority then comes back, they peel it off. I have a chart in the kitchen, and then they go and stick it on, and I get a thumbs up as to how my meal was that day.
The teachers like it because it's easy to use. They don't have to go to several programmes to get the effects they want. The students love it because it's just such fun, and if you're having fun, you're going to learn.
I like all of it. I don't think I could pull one thing out. I absolutely love it. I think the key features is just the accessibility of it, isn't it? It's hard to say what one thing is. It's just because it's so easy. You just drag buttons in, you just pop things onto it. You can literally come in the morning, spend 20 minutes and you've created a lesson.